All right, what's up, guys? So, Heavy has uploaded a video titled "The Most Disrespectful Rap Interviews Ever." Yeah, bro, it's funny how first clip they show is somebody where I'm like, yeah, man, he doesn't have one too many like disrespectful moments when it came to everyday struggle, his own podcast. Yeah, Joe Budden, he's somebody where I'm like, if my thing is this, if I was a rapper, I would not want to do no interview with him because I'm like, you gonna mess around and start something that don't even need to be started. I'm like, I ain't even trying to go down that route. I'm like, it's one of those things. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm just here to make music. I don't know what you, but I get like where he's coming from with this particular interview with Lil Yachty because he was just trying to make sure that he didn't get signed to no deal where he didn't have like full ownership of his music. Because yeah, it's like when you look at Joe Budden, it's like you would think that the way that people talked about his music from back then, because I'll have to say, I think, yeah, we all had heard the one song. It was like "Pump It Up," but to people that were like hardcore Joe Budden fans, yeah, he had a lot of good music. But that's the thing, though, is he making money from that music? Because if so, I'm like, you would see him on tours, you would see him performing them songs left and right, and yeah, you don't see any of that. Because I'm like, if he don't have ownership of his music, then it's like, yeah, it's a what sense would it make to be out there performing? I guess like maybe for the love of the game, you perform the music for free. But other than that, it's like, yeah, bro, if you ain't making no money off of it, it's like, what's the reason? I didn't did all this writing and all this like work to put this music out, and then it's like I don't get nothing from it. Yeah, that would be upsetting. So I think that's what he was more so worried about with Lil Yachty. But yeah, I think Lil Yachty, he was trying to let him know. I just think that he wasn't really getting it across, but he was letting him know, like, fam, I'm good, I'm chilling, I'm happy with where I'm at. But Joe Budden didn't want that. I'm like, nah, he wanted him. He wanted him to be the best of the best of the best. And it's like, bro, relax, chill. But yeah, you can't tell when Joe Budden, when he gets upset, you can't tell him to relax and chill out and stuff. That man's already at 100. You can't slow a bullet down. Like that's no, it's not possible. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this video. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Heavy. And with that being said,
these are the most disrespectful rap interviews of all
another Joe
time,
Budden.
starting with the moment Charlemagne ambushed Logic with a brutally invasive question.
Who the raped your sisters?
Oh man, I don't want to get into that. It's a little too personal.
Charlemagne has a history of crossing the line, like when he disrespected a young post.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, what kind of and this is one of those things where it's like, I know people probably would try to get on me and like, oh, you don't know interviewing and all that stuff. Fam, my thing is this, and that's something that I've thought of where I'm like, if I'm ever put in a position where it's like, let's say if I get like hired on to, host an event or something where a bunch of different content creators and they're like, oh yeah, it's like, interview some of them and all that. I'm not going to ask no crazy off the wall questions like that. Like it's things where I'm like, okay, what new projects do you got coming out? Like, oh, what new games are on your radar? It's like, who do you think is going to win this award tonight? Normal questions where I'm like, I know I'm not going to get questioned afterwards for asking them that question. But anyway,
alone, and even dragged his girlfriend into it.
You got a girlfriend, don't you?
Yeah, she's right there.
What?
Ashlyn right here.
Yeah, she's right
Oh, hey, Ashlyn. How are you? You know he's going to end up leaving you, right? The more
don't
famous
say
he
that.
gets.
Wow.
You know he's going to sleep with other women, though. You do know that. Are you aware of that?
He's gonna what?
He's going to sleep with other women.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm
He's
not.
trying to get me in trouble.
No.
But after running his mouth one too many times, Charlemagne got hit with a grim reality check from Beanie Siegel, who warned him that there are consequences for messing with the wrong people.
Well, I know I'm not qualified to speak on this, but you can understand how some people don't think what you're doing is all the way solid.
You might not think that, and you're not qualified, dog. You're a rated personality, man.
That is
you
a
don't
fact.
come from my world. You wouldn't understand my world. You don't come from my world. You don't know nothing about that, man.
Nah, I don't.
Yeah, so stop
And
running your fucking mouth, man.
And I don't want
Stop running your fucking mouth. You shit.
yeah, I'm like Charlemagne. He's somebody because I think when I very first got introduced to Charlemagne the God, it was when MTV had this TV show called Guy Code. It was like a show that came out. It was some years ago and stuff, but it was just kind of like, oh, this is what you do. This is stuff that you shouldn't do as a guy, But no, he was on there. I think I remember it was like him and Lil Duval, where it was like they will always be like side by side, just kind of like just giving you the rundown about stuff. It was a pretty funny show. I'm pretty sure they might have like funny moments and stuff enough of it on YouTube, but that was when I very first heard about him. But I realized I'm like, yo, this is somebody that is, like he's a like I don't know, like I don't know if like authentic would be the right word, but he's somebody that doesn't hold back, So that's why I was like, yeah, I remember just then at that point, like kind of doing a little bit of research on him. I'm like, oh, there's a gang of content where he's saying different stuff, crazy things, and I'm like, dang, bro, it's like you just don't no filter. I'm like, he's somebody where I'm like, yeah, if they had like a list of people that just have no filter, Charlemagne the God is on that list. Like he ain't got no filter. I'm like, the thing is this. Any show that he's appeared on, he done got into it with somebody. I'm like, watch that episode of Ridiculousness where he was on there and he got into it with Chanel West Coast. I'm like, from that to the Breakfast Club to I don't think because it was just him and Lil Duval. But I'm pretty sure that there's like some arguments where we just looked at it as them guys just like two friends arguing. But it's like he probably done upset everybody. I feel like every show he done been on, he done upset somebody. So yeah, man, that's why I'm like, yeah, Charlemagne the God. I'm like, he's somebody where I'm like, yeah, bro, you might wanna chill on the stuff that you be saying and doing because you be doing too much. But anyways,
it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
No doubt.
You talking about somebody who went to war with police. It's dangerous. Attempted murders in the height of my career. It's dangerous. You don't know nothing about that, man.
No.
You sit up here and your job is to play games. But play with something safe, man. Don't play with me.
Charlemagne's nonstop trash talk finally caught up to him when rap mogul Birdman stormed into the studio to confront him face to face.
That more so became a meme. And I don't think that slowed down Charlemagne or nothing. Like the thing is this. I think that's what his goal is that he wants to get like I feel like he's doing it in a strategic way where he ain't trying to showcase that he's trying to like clip things out of people, but I feel like he's an original clipper, where he's somebody where it's like he's trying to get clips out of you. Like you see a lot of different content creators today, they try to follow in that same footstep where it's like, oh, let me go out and about and cause a disturbance, let me do this, let me do that, because they know like clip farming and all that. Like I guess like with me, I study those types of things. So somebody that's like old fashioned, don't really know too much about that, but Charlemagne, but you don't really know how to classify what he does. No, yeah, he clip farms. He's just looking for viral videos and moments from an episode of The Breakfast Club, because that's the thing where it's like, like if you guys sit down and think about it, and I'm not trying to disrespect the Breakfast Club, but it's one of those shows where it's like, you're not going to unless you're a fan of like the Breakfast Club and everybody on the Breakfast Club, somebody that doesn't really know the Breakfast Club, you're not going to watch a full episode of the Breakfast Club. So it's like, you'll watch the movie The Breakfast Club before you watch a full episode of the Breakfast Club. But again, no disrespect, but no, it's like let's say for an example, because who was on there just recently and they got into an argument with Charlemagne? It was somebody that got into it. Dang, I can't, and I feel like I should know the name. Like I know who it was, but I just can't think of the name and stuff. But anyways, but yeah, let's say if it's like, okay, I say I'm gonna go on the Breakfast Club, ain't nobody gonna be worried about that. Like, oh, okay, it's whatever and things. Especially if it's like people that don't really know about the Breakfast Club. But if it's all like, oh, YouTuber TMossBoss threatens to fight Charlemagne and stuff, then it's all like, whoa, wait a minute. And so it's like, yeah, if people know me and people know Charlemagne, they were like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on? So they see me and I'm standing over him yelling and things, and it's like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, this is crazy, this is intense. Like, well, what led? And then that's how people end up watching it. But other than that, it's like, yeah, and I guarantee and I promise you, this is probably one of their most viewed episodes because people are curious, like what led to that moment and stuff. So
all straight telling all three of y'all, stop playing with my name.
Let's go on there. Let's go.
Stop playing with my name.
Let's do it on camera.
Stop playing with my name.
Let's go right on there.
My name, come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my name.
People, I think it was remix. It's like Sway. I think it's like Sway the Remix God or something like that. But he makes like remixes of clips and stuff. And I think this was one of them. I'm like, man, I'm pretty sure it's like, Birdman, he thought like this is the toughest that he's ever been in his whole life. That man opened up Twitter and everything else and seen that it was like, oh yeah, people are quoting me, Then when he clicked on the hashtags and seen it, it's all like, wait a minute, people, they making memes out of this. They ain't take me serious. It's kind of like that Cat Williams him skit where he's all like, you know, the lion that's in the zoo, and then they let out some monsters roar and stuff, and everybody taking pictures. I'm like, that's kind of like how that was. It's like, you know, he let out that monsters roar, and yeah, people, they just, you know, they just taking pictures with. In this case, they making memes and stuff, and he's all like, dang, am I really the person that I portray? I mean, he is, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, bro, this is one of those moments where it's like, bro, you went into like a I don't know, a preschool and tried to have like a school fight or something. It's like, yeah, bro, it's not. It's just you gotta go into an area that's more classified of your status and things, or not. Well, no, that ain't like proper wording, but just an area where it's like you're, I would not so much as like, not like you're like that you're welcome, but an area that's fitting for you in order to have like this energy where it stands out. And it's like, whoa, this is crazy. Because Breakfast Club, it's like, yeah, bro, it's like I said, it's like going into a preschool and trying to have a school fight. It's like, okay, it's like, what is this going to accomplish? It's like, what are you doing here?
All three of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.
The moment was even scarier, given that Birdman had just been accused of putting a hit on Lil Wayne, and no one knew just how far he'd take things.
I'm all good, but I'm saying, why come here just to curse us up?
What's happening, man? I wanted to see you. I wanted to talk to you, your man, in your face.
Absolutely.
You understand me? I knew a few places you was at. I could have pulled up, but I don't think that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man and tell you how I feel.
Okay.
You understand me? Straight up like a man.
So what's the issue?
No sugar. Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
Did you pull up on Ross that way, or Trick Daddy?
I'm pulling up on you.
Yeah, but I'm the radio guy. Why pull up on the radio guy? Don't act tough with the radio guy.
I hate my y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking.
All right.
This next fiery exchange, however, started when Sukihana completely misunderstood the question, and you have to see it to believe it.
What do you know?
That you're a musician.
Shoot, yeah.
But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician.
Mm-hmm.
That mean make magic or something? What is musician?
I don't know. I think her and I think Bobby Althoff, I think that's how you say her last name. I think because they're cool in real life, so I think she was joking. I don't think there ain't nobody that's just that clueless to something. I think she knows the difference between musician and magician. I just think that they're like, hey, let's just, you know, kind of have some fun, because you'll see where like people do that when it's like they go in to do like a interview for somebody. They kind of do like a comedy skit beforehand. Because it's like, I think Jimmy Fallon, stuff like that, like, you know, SNL, like where it's like shows that's kind of like, you know, some comedy comes out of it and stuff. I think that's what they were trying to accomplish. But it's just, she played it so well to where it's like, this is what I personally think. I think she knew the difference, but she played it off so well that it's like, you know, yeah, it's like the acting. I'm like, yeah, she could be in movies and stuff, because she had me convinced. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. But it's like you watch it and it's like, man, ain't no way somebody could be that clueless to something.
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician. I make music. I make music. And that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too, a young mogul.
Just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing, because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said. No, I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby, I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
So you
think.
I didn't say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby, I do music.
So you just really quick, for the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
I'm not none of that.
But then after that, you just said I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So, in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But Snoop Dogg got even more heated after a reporter pressed him for being late to their interview.
You're 5 hours late here.
Shut the come on, man.
No, we just saw you on Twitter from the border.
I'm 5 hours late. I'm here. Be happy I'm here and ask some real questions.
Yeah, I was just wondering why you were so late, and I saw you were twittering about you being stopped at the border.
I was late because I went to go get some chicken wings. That's why I was late.
I'm
Yet
like, but 5 hours late. I'm like, yeah, that's one of those things where I'm like, I don't think I've ever been that late somewhere. I'm like, it's either I'm gonna show up or I'm not gonna show up. But like from work to, I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, man, it's like school. I'm like 5 hours late to. I'm like, I think the most I've ever been late in situations where I have been late. So work, it was I think like maybe a little after an hour, or not. No, not even that. Like less than an hour. It was like more than 10 minutes, but it was definitely less than an hour. But that was the thing. Every other day I would show up early, so it was like, yeah, them guys was like, oh, they don't even trip about it and stuff. And then school, I'm like, I'm trying to think. I think there might have been like one time, but I think that was because it was like at the last second, we couldn't get no ride to school and stuff. So yeah, we ended up having to walk, and there was kind of some distance out and stuff. And yeah, that was about it. I'm like, oh, and then there was the time when the bus driver ain't show. So I'm like, it's been like on rare occasions where I've been late. I'm like, I'm trying to, yeah, it's like I can't think of no other time. I'm like a few times maybe in school. I'm trying to think. Might have been some other times I was in school too, but other than that, I'm like, nah, bro. It's like 5 hours late. You might as well stay home at
Cardi
that point.
B couldn't believe the audacity of being asked about pregnancy rumors in the middle of her divorce and didn't hesitate to snap back.
Cardi, insiders are claiming that Offset is publicly bragging about getting you pregnant for the 4th time. Do you foresee any paternity issues with Stefan Diggs?
Stop disrespecting me.
Oh, wow.
Don't disrespect me. Do you see women asking those type of questions to me? Do you see women asking those questions to me? Why do you feel as a man you get to ask me those type of questions? Act like you have some man.
I thought it was like, because I'm like, well, isn't she pregnant? I'm like, but okay, so, but it's like the guy, he asked, like, pretty much he was asking if is it Offset's baby or Stefan Diggs' baby, and I'm like, yeah, that's not a question that you ask. Yeah, that's where you gotta get on the interviewer and be like, bro, don't you could tell he don't work for if he works for somebody, it's like this is probably the most famous that they've ever been and stuff, trying to figure out who that guy is. But other than that, it's like, yeah, you don't see TMZ asking no crazy questions like that. So it's like either that man's in it for himself or he works for a small end business and they're all like, hey, say something crazy to where it's like, we could go viral and stuff. But
And your mama taught you, respect women. Y'all not gonna see me after that. And you could thank him. I'm not playing around.
Then there's the time Joe Budden nearly had an aneurysm after Lil Yachty simply told him he was happy.
I care about how Yachty feels.
I'm telling you how I feel. I am happy every day.
Wait, say that again.
Happy. I am happy.
Okay, let me tell you about how humans are.
Okay, I'm listening.
Feelings are fickle. What that means is they come and they go. Nobody is one thing forever. You cannot tell me, you would be lying to tell me that as a young man, how old are you?
19.
In this industry, in this music industry, in the music business, you are happy 24/7. That is a lie.
So
that is
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's like if I'm 19 years old and I'm making millions, fam, I think I probably for a little bit. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be like every single day for the rest of my life, but I feel like, yeah, you making millions, you ain't gonna never have to worry about like being broke or being in a situation and stuff. Because I feel like Lil Yachty, he's maybe not, he don't still have the same momentum as he did when he was younger, but I do feel like that he's in a position where he's like, I could retire from the music industry, focus on other aspects of my career and stuff. And he's chilling. He's good in things. So, yeah, I'm like, I guess if you're in a position like that, I'm like, if the thing is this, it's like, I think that what Joe Budden, what he was trying to do is compare how he was when he was 19 to how Lil Yachty was when he's at this time when he was 19. And I'm like, yeah, it's two different times. I'm like, the times are different. It's a lot easier to be a rapper in this day and age. Anybody could be a rapper. You see where AI technology is coming out with music and stuff. So, yeah, it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like, music back then, like being in the music industry back then, it was a lot more difficult because you couldn't do research on the company that you was doing business with. You didn't really know too much about the record labels. They just put this contract in front of you and be all like, hey, you're gonna be a millionaire, but it's like, yeah, we gonna pay you to come to the studio and make music, but as far as like your work and all that, that's ours. So I think, yeah, at one point in time, it's like, Joe Budden, he realized like, oh man, I'm making money, but then people are probably in his ear telling them like, do you own your music and all that? He's like, nah, that's through the record label. And they're like, nah, you should own. And then that's how he's in the situation that he season. So it's like, but you can't compare because it's like, yeah, nowadays you can do research on record labels and all that. And so that's why you see where some people, they be going independent or they be trying to negotiate with their contract. It's all like, hey, I'm going to sign with you guys. But I'm like, if it means that you're going to be paying me a little bit, it's like, I want to still own the rights to my music. So yeah, I'm like with, but yeah, it's like that conversation didn't really go down like
used
that.
to have somebody tell me, I want to have an honest conversation.
As an industry veteran, Budden didn't think Yachty deserved his viral fame, turning red when Yachty said he was just having fun with
I'm like, and that's the thing. I'm like, black people don't turn red. So it's like when a black person turns red, that's some next level anger right there. I'm like, I'm trying to think throughout my years of being angry, I've never turned red. And so I'm like, but at the same time, I'm like, me and Joe Budden, you know, we different complexions. He's a tad bit lighter than me, but still, it's like you still in that same ballpark where it's like you're still a dark-skinned individual. So it's like a dark-skinned individual turns red. I'm like, yeah, that's some next level stuff right there.
Then tell me what you want from hip hop.
Making music, bro. I'm just having fun. I'm saying my fans love it.
You're gonna have a problem with just having fun and fun.
What did you want from hip hop?
You're gonna have a big problem with just having.
Yeah,
you don't sound like you very aware with what's going on, and you one of the hottest on earth.
But what do you want me to say? You want me to say?
I want you to be aware of your business. I want you to know whether you're in a 360 or not. I want you to appreciate the culture that changed your life and took you from college dorm room eating oodles and noodles. I want you who's well spoken and articulates himself well.
Chill.
Yeah, hold up. Yo.
Budden's clashes with younger rappers reached new heights with Migos, as he stormed off mid-interview in a show of disrespect, something the group didn't take lightly.
All right, because so for those that don't really know the backstory on this, so this was after the Lil Yachty interview. Lil Yachty is signed. Well, I don't know if he still is signed, but I think he is still signed to the label. Maybe not anymore. I don't know. But anyways, at the time being, he was signed to Migos' record label. And so they look at it as like, you know, he's disrespecting our artists. It's like, we got to have a certain, you know, feelings towards him. So that's why, like, in case if you guys didn't really know the context or the backstory behind this, but you remember this clip of Joe Budden, you're all like, what was up with Migos? So yeah, they had like some ill feelings towards Joe Budden on how he was treating Lil Yachty. And that's why it's like, even afterwards, is after this situation, they kind of was like going back and forth dissing each other, because even Joe Budden, he came out of the out of retirement, and well, I don't know if he is retired or not from music, but he did drop a diss track on Migos. Migos dropped a diss track on him. They turned theirs into like a kind of like a catchy, like, you know, hit. And that's one thing about Migos. I'm like, they gonna make music, and it's like they gonna turn it into something where it's like, dang, I'm like, this is catchy and things. So, but anyways, yeah, like I just think that I think Joe Budden shouldn't have been a part of this interview. And then yeah, I think that, you know, Migos, I'm like, if I could say anything to them, they shouldn't even let how Joe Budden, how he was acting, sweat them. But I think that's what it was too. Like, he bumped into one of their legs. I think it was Offset.
My bad.
Yep.
I
couldn't
wrap
hear
it up
anything
then.
over there too. Close it.
Close it. Hey, listen, man. I wish I could talk to the Migos longer, man. It's one of my favorite groups. I've been covering for so long. I'm glad they succeed, man.
Hey, man, you guys are nominated tonight. Have a good show.
Wait. No.
Yet other interviews are truly heartbreaking, as was the case when DMX tried and failed to reconcile with his estranged son while cameras were rolling.
Your relationship with him, why you didn't talk to him? Because he wants to understand why you didn't talk to him.
You were always, but most of the time, very hostile, and it was always.
Towards you?
No, but just in the house, the way you would talk made me feel like beneath you. Even what you were saying was good.
Just give me an example of how I spoke to you that made you, you know what I'm saying, feel like you were, you know.
I mean, it was years ago.
Just one example. Just one, since I've done it so much. This is such a major
What
part.
about today?
Lady, shut up, man. I'm talking about, no, listen, man. Listen, man, I'm not going for this.
You don't get, I was talking to Xavier.
Damn, y'all, for real.
I was talking to Xavier. I'm not intimidated
You
by
don't gotta be intimidated, man. Stop running your mouth.
What about today?
I'm not even gonna have this debate, man. And y'all
What
talk.
about today?
You do that.
And
we'll talk when she stop running her mouth.
Dang.
That's what we'll man.
Then there's the brutal moment.
That's crazy. I'm like, yeah, I never seen that interview and stuff. But yeah, you know, may DMX rest in peace. I'm like, it's stuff like that. I'm like, you know, I always try to see like the uplifting stuff, you know. So I'm like, yeah, with DMX, that's when I mean, I don't like as far as like his household and what was going on in there. I'm like, hey, that's between him and his family's business. But yeah, man, I'm like, yeah, that's some crazy stuff. I'm like, yeah, he went off on that interview. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, that's one of those things. I'm like, I ain't gonna get involved. I'm just gonna sit here and just listen, pretty much.
When newcomer Lil Debbie was bombarded with hate calls during her appearance on Sway in the Morning.
What's up? Stewie is in Philly. What you want to say, Stewie?
This is garbage Sway.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Wow.
You got this fake ass rapper on there, dude. You're crazy.
Oh, wow.
Get out of here, man.
That was mean. Let
That's
her live.
crazy.
Let a young girl live.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want?
I don't know her music. I mean, if the music ain't all that good, you know, it's one of those things where I'm done. Now I'm curious. Now I feel like I gotta like listen to her music and see if I'm like, maybe it's something that I'm missing out. But even if the like music was like god awful, like the most horrible music of all time, still I feel like that, you know, she has to be putting out something good if she's done got an interview with Sway and stuff. I'm like, I feel like your music has to be on a good, you know, like above average status in order if you get in. If not that I'm like that they just, you know, biting, or not so much as biting off of you, but it's like they just using your name for clout. Either way, I'm like, nah, that's crazy to have it with somebody call in saying some stuff like that.
That fucking trash, dog. Get the off the airwaves.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, that was so that I always thought that voice it was with Iggy Azalea, because I remember when she was on there and I think it might have been Sway or it might have been another radio thing, but she was doing an interview and then somebody there was like, oh, caller, what you guys say about that? And then they used that, so that wasn't even for Iggy Azalea. That's crazy. I'm like, this whole time I thought that was Iggy Azalea because I was like, that voice sound familiar. I'm like, dang, did they just be having somebody just keep calling that station? I'm like, block the number, bro. But anyway,
Raph turned his hate calls into comedy gold.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, look here, man. No one's laughing with you. We're laughing at you.
Listen, your mother.
Man.
Let me tell you something. Your mother worked community service for 7 years. She wouldn't expect such horrible things from your face.
You're the trash man of the game.
It's okay. Listen to me. Listen to me. I have more money than your mother could ever make for you. When she gives you an allowance, it's really for pizza. She sends you to the movies to get you out of the house so stepdad can come in and, you know, bring his friends and things of such.
Oh my
Dang.
5 fingers of death up his ass because that was
Freddie, let me give you a quick combo. You know, you're on break right now. You shouldn't be using your company card minutes on such things.
But one of the wildest moments.
Oh yeah, this one I was about to say. I was like, you gonna show Sway? You gotta show that Kanye interview. But yeah, Riff Raff, he's somebody where it's like, you know, he has comedy to him. So it's like you getting into an argument with him. It's like it ain't going to go nowhere. It's like you gotta like really, I think, say something to get this man upset. But I'm like, what could you possibly say to upset this man? He's in I don't know so much as now, but I'm like at the height of that man's career. I'm like, yeah, that man was putting out music all the time, making money. It's like you can't like be I guess like get somebody upset in this situation like that. So, but anyway.
On the show came when Kanye West absolutely lost it after Sway gave him advice on his clothing line.
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what?
You ain't got.
Come on, chill out.
You
bro.
ain't got the
Kanye,
answers.
relax.
You ain't got the answers.
I'm asking you.
You
a
ain't been doing the education,
bro.
You ain't been doing the education.
Calm down.
You don't have the answers though.
Calm down.
Because you trying to give me advice about something. You ain't got the answer. You ain't spent $13 million of your own money trying to empower yourself.
Yeah, but I spent hundreds of thousands and putting out clothing lines at a smaller degree.
That's when Kanye hit Sway with a low blow, belittling his failed attempt at launching a fashion label of his own.
I'm asking
What's
you.
the name of your clothing line? We don't know.
Kanye,
you know what I'm saying?
Because I lost money, but that's not
exactly. And I could lose money on a higher level too.
And that's
don't
what I'm
think
asking
just
you.
because.
Hold
don't think because I got the most or the least money.
Let me finish my question, dog.
Man, man.
Let me hear the question.
Yeah, I'm like, I think, yeah, Kanye, it's one of those things where it's like, you look at his business now, where it's like, who's buying Yeezys? And this, I'm like, the thing is this. I'm like, I guess, like, if it came down to it, like, what position would I want to be in? I think I would rather be in Sway's position. I'm like, yeah, it's like, I would rather have it where my clothing line didn't take off, but there's room for it to grow, than to have it where my clothing line is at the peak that it'll ever be at, where everybody is wearing Yeezys. Everybody, like, that was one thing about it, was that I remember at one point Yeezys were costing thousands of dollars. Like, you could not go to a store and find you a pair of Yeezys. Now it's like, fam, you go to like, let's just say you go to a reselling store, you see Yeezys, dust. Like, you have to, like, pick up the shoe and go, and then, like, it'll just be a bunch of dust that go flying off, and it's all like, dang, it's like, when was the last time? It's like, oh yeah, people don't even touch Yeezys no more. Like, nobody wears, people, the only reason why a person will wear Yeezys is because they cut in the grass. And I'm like, it's just a pair of shoes that they use, like, they're beat 'em up shoes and stuff. Like, I got Yeezys, and I'm like, I can't even remember the last time I wore my Yeezys and stuff. I'm trying to think. And then the last time I bought Yeezys, it's like, we still had to wear, like, face mask. Well, no, actually, I take that back. No, it was because I remember Adidas was doing a sale, and they had it where it was like, they had like 2 pairs. It was the Quantums, because I was like, I really did like the Quantums and stuff. But yeah, it was like they had them on sale, because they was like, yeah, let's just hurry up, get rid of this inventory, because we don't know what to do with them and things. But it's like, you messed up your career. You messed up, like, the whole brand and all that stuff, because you want to go out on social media and talk about people that ain't did nothing to you. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's like, it was that one person that did something to him. Now it's like that one person caused you to ruin your whole career. I just don't get that. So yeah, if it came down between being in Sway's situation or being in Kanye's situation, put me in Sway's situation. At least then it's like, let's just say, like, Sway, he somehow, some way, like, hits it big, where it's like everybody's like, wanting to go to him for an interview. Everybody's all like, oh, but it's like he wants to start up his clothing brand and stuff, and then it's like, oh, well, let's revive that. Let's see how that goes. I guarantee and I promise you'll see Sway doing a collaboration with Adidas or Nike or Reebok or whoever and stuff before you see Kanye doing one, because it's like, what can Kanye do right now besides have his girlfriend wear shoestrings and pocket dust as clothes, and then and then putting out music that's only released on what was it, like one of them, like, iPod minis, but at least with, like, his, it's like, oh, you can control the music and stuff. Yeah, it's like, ain't nobody trying to do all that. So.
How the answers?
I'm asking you for the answer. It's a question.
And West's temper has not cooled with age, with one recent incident seeing the rapper furiously snatch a reporter's phone.
Some people are saying you're controlling her. Hold on. You asked me, did my wife have free will? Was that a dumbass, disrespectful question to come ask a grown-ass superhero? Answer the question. What's your
Like,
name?
bro, my thing is this, right? Imagine you, like, dangling off of a bridge, and it's like, man, it's like, who's gonna save me? And then you see Kanye standing there, on the bridge or something, all like, I'm here to save you. I'm like, push the car off the bridge, bro. I'm like, that's one of those. I am not trying to have it where I go my whole life saying, oh yeah, Kanye saved me from a bridge or something. I'm like, dressed like that too. I'm like, that superheroes, they usually have a little bit of color. I'm like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, like a depressed Spider-Man or something.
What is your first and last name and address?
Like a 2B version of Venom.
Snapping at a reporter is one thing, but Lil Wayne went as far as disrespecting a lawyer during his deposition.
Is that an interview that you actually gave with Katie Couric?
Is that an interview that I actually gave with Katie Couric?
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Hey, well, that's not the question.
What's his name?
Pete Ross.
Huh?
Pete Ross.
Pete Ross. That's a stupid ass question. You just saw me on there giving an interview with her.
Okay.
But things got truly tense when Wayne began threatening prosecutors, all in the presence of a judge.
Go ahead, ask the question.
Thank you, Your Honor. Do you like
He can't save you, right? In the real world. That guy right there. He can't save you in the real world. Just so you know.
What does that mean?
That's crazy.
I don't have to elaborate.
That's
Is that
insane.
Next question,
is
please,
that
Mr. Ross.
a threat against
No,
him?
Mr.
No,
Ross,
sir,
can
it's
you
not.
just ask your next question, please?
He can't save you.
And what does that mean?
I was talking to myself.
Even Justin Bieber,
That's
who has
insane. I'm like, bro, I'm like, that's what you got to be his like lawyer and just be like, bro, you can't say things like that because don't like they gon' get us in trouble. And I'm like, I'm not trying to go nowhere. I'm trying to go home after this. Yeah, that's some insane stuff from Wayne. I'm like, yeah, but I think I remember people were talking on that moment in court where it's like people were saying that it was like a crazy thing for Wayne, but I was like, yeah, bro, you can't say and do things like that.
dabbled in rap, completely unraveled in a deposition after being asked about his ex, Selena Gomez.
Have you ever talked with Selena Gomez and discussed your feelings about paparazzis with her?
Don't ask me about her again.
Sir.
Move on to another.
Have you ever?
Don't ask me about her again. Don't ask me about her again.
Have you ever?
Don't ask me about her again. Don't ask me about her again.
Let's take a break. You know what? Just stop.
And Bieber wasn't
That's
the
crazy.
only one to snap under pressure, as Kodak Black's interview.
I don't know, like I don't really be sitting around watching no Justin Bieber interviews and stuff. But the times where I'm like people like paparazzis and stuff like that, and they be people, he gets bothered, and I'm like he has a right to. I'm like people that's the thing, like people be wanting to ask you like crazy personal questions and stuff, and I know to most it wouldn't matter, but I'm like okay, put yourself in that scenario, but it's somebody where it's like I guess they would trigger that response. That's how you gotta look at things. It's like, yeah, somebody asked me a question about Selena Gomez. I'm like, obviously, I ain't gonna have a response or a reaction to it because I'm like, fam, I don't know nothing about Selena Gomez. I'm like, they asking me, have I ever had a conversation with Selena Gomez? I'm like, fam, I don't know nobody with the first name Selena or the last name Gomez. I'm like, so what? I'm like, but I guess like if there's somebody that like that's on that scale of where it would trigger that response, I'm like, yeah, I probably would have had the same answer too. I'm like, don't ask me about that person. I'm like, I ain't got nothing to say about them to them. Talking about it's like don't move on, next question. So
View took a sharp turn when he was pressed about the recent allegations made against him.
Your cases and everything you've been through, and I know the recent one right now is very sensitive, and with respect to everybody involved in that case, we can't get into details today, to have you back so we can have a deeper conversation about that, because this is a serious topic and we're hearing these stories a lot. You seem upset that I brought it up.
I feel like sometimes when like we going like y'all be entertained by you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like change the subject. I'm finna walk out.
We'll change which subject?
Just whatever. Like.
Well, I was saying, I think we don't have to talk about nothing else. We could be done right here.
All right, I'm gone. Say less.
Wow.
That's a bummer.
Other interviews nearly come to blows, as was the case when Lil House Phone's deceased mother was brought into the conversation.
He's been going through the health shit. You talking about the person that raised me, that birthed me, my best friend that died? Oh, he's been going through the mom.
But are you actually acting like I have some kind of disrespect for your mom when
You're respectful as I paid for the
funeral as soon as it happened just because.
That's crazy, yeah. Stuff like that, I'm like, I know people will probably, even if it is on some stuff where it's like, if I'm doing an interview and then they're like, oh, ask them about their mom that just passed. No, I'm not. I'm like, that's when, if they start talking on it where it's like, I'm like, oh, hey, so I'm like, what stuff that you have for the future? And then they're all like, oh, yeah, I plan on working on something for my, mom that passed. I'm like, oh, like, how are you on that? Like, how? I'm like, I imagine, it's like a difficult thing to process and deal with, but it's like just more so like a friend checking on a friend, even if I'm not even cool with them like that. Still, I'm like I'm like, hey, so like are you good? I'm like, I bet it's like if not, we move on to something else. But it's like you just gotta have respect. It's the things like that where I'm like, nah, can't talk on and bring up stuff like that. I'm like, nah, it's just not really a thing to do. But anyway,
Lamar wasn't having it either, checking DJ Vic for asking him disrespectful questions.
Okay, this is the last question, bro. Do you feel like you're overrated, bro?
No.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. See, I shouldn't even be answering these questions because I
Yeah.
feel like these motherfuckers are just trying to sabotage my character and not be aware of what I'm doing.
Okay. Well, guys, this is getting a little awkward with Kendrick Lamar. Thank you for all the Twitter questions for making this extra fucked up. The whole Top Dog's in the building.
Yeah, we go you up now because you picked them people.
But when DJ Academics accused Soulja Boy of stealing lyrics, Soulja fired back with an underhanded insult.
Yo, you just typing in, you a hater.
That's not hater.
You try to pull up the shit behind it. Nah, nigga, everybody know Drake stole my flow, bro, and that's the end of it.
He took a line from you and you took the same line from another nigga.
Man, you fat as
50 Cent took things even further, openly threatening to put a hit on the interviewer who disrespected him.
How much you think it'll cost to kill somebody?
Nowadays, couple stacks.
About 5,000.
Yeah,
4,000.
couple stacks.
Why would it cost so much to go through the court proceedings? Don't make sense, right? Because I'm gonna take the same kind of money that you would get and get it to the homies. And go shoot you, yeah?
That's
Then
crazy.
there's the time
I'm like, bro, you can't. I'm like, yeah, you can't be having no conversations like that. I'm like, I'm like, if I'm the interviewer, I'm like, fam, you must have forgot that like this stuff gets like posted in things to the internet or wherever. So it's like a person can, or I guess like if something happens to me, then somebody, they rediscover this. It's like that stuff gonna link back to you. So I'm like, do you think that's a smart thing to talk about? Yeah, it's like, man, come on now.
Records co-founder Damon Dash went off on Fox News, snapping during a debate over rap's lyrical content.
I'm making it cool to be smart.
All right.
I'm making it cool. Wait, let me.
It's not
I'm making it cool to be a businessman.
It's not about business.
Not
It's
about business
about
for you because you feel like it might give you better ratings to portray something negative within the image of hip hop.
It is negative.
It's not negative to be a businessman. It's not negative to take care of the economy
It's negative to
around
make
you.
money, Mr. Dash, if you hurt children.
How do you hurt children by promoting to be an entrepreneur and a CEO and to do right by?
Looking at a principle.
For example.
Yeah, I'm like, it's always like, it's, and the thing is this, all right, not to bring race into it, but at the same time, when you're trying to explain rap music to an older white man that doesn't listen to rap music, like I guess the closest that they've ever listened to rap music is maybe when what was it? There was that song where it was like "Walk This Way" with Run DMC. That's probably the closest that they've ever been to listening to rap music. They will listen to rap music where it's like that old school rap where it's not like a day prior before like gangster rap and all that stuff. But it's like and it's like that's the thing where it's if you're going to I guess criticize gangster rap, then I'm like we got to criticize all music because I'm like fam, there was a friend of mine's may he rest in peace. A friend of mine that passed away, but I remember when me and him when we would walk home from school, he had introduced me to like heavy metal and death metal and stuff like that. And so you like listening to the song, it's like, bro, what are they saying? What are they talking about? He told me the lyrics, and I'm like, fam, what are you listening to? But that's the thing though, where I'm like, with music, it's just if you're not familiar with that music, that the first thing that you're gonna do is jump to criticizing it. So that's why I'm like, and it's like if you're not familiar with that music, and I guess like it also again too, it's like so I guess like it has a lot to do with just who that individual is. It's like and it's a older white man, and it's like and you're trying to criticize him, or if let's say if it was somebody like King Von or somebody like NWA or whoever and whatever and stuff, it's like the thing is this. You're trying to tell them rap about something more positive, but the environment that they grew up in and stuff like my thing is this: how can you rap about something positive if literally every day, like in the environment that you're in, there's drive-bys happening, there's like other forms of shootings and stuff where it's like it'd be from drugs to, and it's like, and I'm supposed to rap about ponies and the Teletubbies and happiness and this, and then it's like, nah, bro. It's just that I didn't come from that environment, so I can't rap. It's like you're trying to tell me to rap about stuff that I don't know about. That's not possible. So yeah, that's why I'm like, it's just one of those things where I just think that if it was me up there, I'm like, bro, you haven't came from that environment. So it's like, if whatever environment that you came into, you can rap about that. You can make music about that. But it's like with me in the environment that I grew up in, it's like whatever genre is popular. And it's like on top of that too, it's like if I'm trying to make it out of that situation and rap is the way, that's how rap is positive. So I'm all like, yeah, it's like I would rather encourage a kid to be a rapper than to be like, oh yeah, live in the streets, sell drugs, do this and do that, and then end up finding yourself in prison or dead somewhere. So yeah, it's like, yeah, if you can make rap music, do it. But if not, then it's like, yeah, go find something that's a little bit more fitting for you, but it can get you out of your situation that you're currently in. But anyway.
Why you're looking at a principle?
Why you don't want to let him talk? You mad? You mad? Where'd you start? Current affair, right?
No, wrong.
Well,
you're
faked the lie. I got dirt on you, doggy.
Cameron,
I'm gonna get at you in a minute.
You go ahead. You get at
I'm gonna get at you in a minute.
And while Dash spoke his mind, Lil Wayne completely shut down when an interviewer tried to compare his rap to poetry.
So you never did any kind of poetry that you did write down to use later?
No, I don't want to do poetry. I'm not into poetry. This interview is with a rapper. So I don't understand. Yo, tell Miss Kia I don't like this interview. This one here over with.
Yeah, all because he compared. I'm like, I don't feel like that would be a bad thing to compare it to. Somebody, yeah, because it's kind of like. So let's say if I do a short film and then somebody's like, or I don't know, like it's just all right, so I guess like maybe just because I was trying to think of an example as I'm like talking about, like, no, let's just go based off of this. If I'm a rapper and then they're like they compare my music to poetry, or they ask if I'm like, no, it's like I'm not into, I feel like that they're kind of giving you a compliment because they think like, oh, okay, you are a poet, like based off of your music and the stuff that you've written out and put out to the world and stuff. It's like, oh, you're a poet, like you wrote some poems or whatever, but no, I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, I ain't gonna classify myself, but I appreciate the compliment and stuff. But how is that an insult?
Go ahead, I don't like you. You go ahead. Not feeling.
That's crazy.
What did I do wrong to you?
Yeah.
Talking about the honest.
Yo, the interview is over, yo.
That's crazy.
Who next? It's over.
No explanation.
Wow.
Yeah, it's over.
That's crazy.
And then there's MGK, who threw a full-on temper tantrum over a pretty straightforward question.
How has being a father inspired you as an artist?
I'd say I did a lot of. Dude, I've done this so many times, dude. Can we just? I don't want to do an interview, man. Can we just do, like, I don't.
MGK.
Like, I want to let my music speak for me. I don't have shit to say. I've been saying for years, dude. Like, man, y'all don't listen. Like, listen to songs.
What?
MGK.
But in this next clip,
I'm like, bro, what was wrong? I guess maybe if he didn't know how to answer the question, I'm like, you could just said that. I don't know how to answer the question. And I guess like because with me, it's like I have to say I've only been, well, actually, because there was a time where I got interviewed for a book and I got interviewed for a YouTube video. And then, yeah, it's like if there was a question I didn't know how to answer, I'm like, I don't know, can you please rephrase the question? Or I just don't know how to answer that question. But for the most part, I'm like, I don't have nothing to hide. I don't have nothing. And, I guess like if it would be classified as embarrassing, like I don't know how to go about that in the same way as he did. I'm like, you just answer the question. But anyway,
it wasn't just the rapper flipping out, as Piers Morgan lost it after Kanye walked out on their interview, making the moment infamous.
Ain't that one guy, the streamer? I can't think of his name. I don't really like care for his content and I guess remember a name and stuff. But why is he there?
Why do all you people in media act like you haven't played my songs at your weddings or graduations or at funerals or when your child was born? It's like that nuance right there.
No, that's one thing. I'm not trying to hear Gold Digger on site. Jesus Walk is a good song. I'm like those are like the songs that I name off. They're good songs from Kanye. But I'm not trying to hear that music as I'm like, if I'm like present at my, well, yeah, of course I would be. But anyways, it's like if I'm, my, like whoever my significant other, whoever she is, she's giving birth. And then, yeah, I hear on site playing in the background. It's something I'll probably either ignore or like, okay, no, like we gonna turn that off. But it's like, I ain't trying to behold my kid. I'm like, hey, play some music. And they start playing. I'm trying to think of some other, what was that song where he was admitting to the stuff with his cousin and things? Yeah, I ain't trying to have that playing in the background. I'm like, no, my kid just got introduced into the world and that's the music that we're going to introduce them to. No, let it play something else.
It's idiotic. it just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I
with
put
all
out.
due
There's
respect,
so many,
what are you talking about? I haven't said anything.
What are you talking about? It's 30. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or responsibility.
Literally, you said it.
You know,
you implied I haven't played your music. Of course I played your music.
No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay. Why did Jay stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away before I could ask him difficult questions?
For the third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But
really?
Thank you for
Even though
having me.
you set up the interview with him?
Another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, tell him
you.
from me he's a sniveling little coward. And he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper. That's what I would have asked him if he'd had the balls to sit there and take the questions.
Wow. I'm like, no, whoever that interviewer is, he's one of those guys where it's like, if he contacted you, and I guess, like, I don't know, like, speaking for myself, he contacts me and he's all like, oh, I want to interview you. I'm like, dang, man, I remember that Kanye interview. He's going to probably ask me, there's going to be some stuff I don't even know about. And he's going to ask me about it. But no, I feel like with people that he, you know, has, like, love for and he's, you know, has respect for them and things. Yeah, I feel like he'll ask you questions where it's like, oh, okay, nah, this is gonna be a good interview. Okay, cool. But no, yeah, that was a pretty good video. Shout out to Heavy. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to him. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.